let us see different allowances on pattern. So there are shrinkage and contract allowance, then machining allowance, draft allowance, distortion allowance, and shake allowance. So let us see one by one. So in shrinkage allowance, it is also called as an contraction allowance. So as after solidification, it get contracts or it gets shrink. So there are two type of an shrinkage. One is an liquid shrinkage and another is an solid shrinkage. So you remember that liquid shrinkage is specified in percentage to volume, and the solid shrinkage is specified in along the percentage of an dimension. So it means that if you have pore and molten metal, then whatever the volume of the metal going to be shrink, that need to be added or that need to be compensated. So if it is a volume is around 3 meter cube, then or we can say if it is an 100 meter cube of an volume of casting is there, and if liquid shrinkage is in percentage, that is it is going to be shrink of around 6%. So it varies according to material to material. Suppose in liquid shrinkage aluminum has highest liquid shrinkage, that is around 6%. So if your casting volume is around 100 meter cube, so while making a pattern you need to make a pattern of a size of an 106 meter cube of an volume. So after making a casted part, the actual component size will be getting as an 100 meter cube. So that 6% will be going to be shrink. So that 6 percentage of an allowance, that is liquid percentage of allowance, should be added on the pattern side. So whatever the pattern you will be making, that need to be added. So in case of an solid shrinkage, the same concept will be used. Only whatever the uh, shrinkage will be there, it should be given around along the dimension. Suppose in this case, if we use a block of an 100 mm of an size, uh, that is if you have to manufacture a component of an 100 mm of an size, so the pattern should be made of around 106 mm of an size, that is length. So that kind of an care you need to take, and it depends, or the percentage of an shrinkage vary according to the material. So let us see how those shrinkage take place. So you can see here, this is an cavity, and you have poured the molten metal into the cavity. So initially when you heat a molten metal into the furnace, that temperature is called as an at that time that temperature is called as an pouring temperature. Even you can see here a graph has been plot along time versus temperature. So during pouring temperature, you will find out that the temperature will be around 800 to 1000 degrees Celsius or more than that. As we know that the melting temperature of an aluminum is around 600 to 700 degrees Celsius. So from that it will be start melting, or you can say that it changes its phase from solid to liquid. So now after pouring a molten metal, if you allow some time to it to solidify, then after some time you will find out that uh, heat will be dissipated to the sand mold, and whatever the wall which is whatever the molten metal which is in a contact with a sand mold, after solidification it will try to leave a contact of that sand wall. So this is due to the heat transfer to the surrounding, and whatever the gap will be generated between the uh, molten metal and the sand wall, that gap will be called as an shrinkage, or that gap is occurred due to the shrinkage of an molten metal. So at this stage, if you see the graph, from here we have poured the metal. At this point we can say we have poured the metal. At this point the temperature might be around 800 to 1000 degrees Celsius. After sometimes it will come to the freezing temperature, where we get two phase here, liquid as well as a solid phase will be present. So along this temperature, which is around 600 to 700 degrees Celsius, at this temperature the liquid metal will be completely converted into the solid state. So at this point the solid conversion of liquid to solid will be started, and at this point it will be fully converted into a solid state. So during this time, the sensible heat will be dissipated to the uh, sand or the surrounding of that casting, and the material along during this time, which will be going to be shrink, that is called as a liquid shrinkage. And this type of an shrinkage will be find more in aluminum, that is around 6%. Further, when again molten metal or the solid state metal during a solid state of an casting, the metal will be going to be shrink, and that or during from this point, that is from freezing point to this point, that it will be called this as an now at this point the temperature will be of an environmental temperature or the normal temperature. So during this case again the heat will be dissipated to the surrounding, that is along the sand mold, and during this time also there will be shrinkage will be taking place. So at this graph or during this time, whatever the shrinkage will be going to be take place, it is called as an solid shrinkage. And this solid shrinkage will be observed in a brass more. So in material, if you take a brass, in that you will find out that more solid shrinkage will be taking place. So here you can find out that this is a figure. Here liquid shrinkage will be going to be take place, and at the last in solid state the solid shrinkage will be going to be take place. So last you will get this part as an casted. So what about the area which has been shrink? So how you will be filling this area? So as the material has been shrink, you will find out that the gap between the mold wall surface and casting have been generated. So this gap will be filled by the riser. So remember that riser act as an reservoir to fill this gap which is occurred due to the shrinkage. That concept will be seen in further video, but right now you just remember that whatever the material have been shrink or the gap which has been generated, that gap will be filled by a uh, riser, in which it act as an molten metal reservoir. uh, Another allowance is an machining allowance. So machining allowance is generally provided to get the accurate dimension of your component. So if it is within a micron, if you required a diameter or a thickness of your component in micron, then it has to be need to provided a machining allowance on your pattern. So even if you want a good or excellent surface finishing on a component, it has to be machined later on CNC lathe or CNC milling, and then you can give an accurate size to your component, or you can give a good mirror like finishing on the component. So basically, to remove an excess material, so whatever the amount of an excess material will have to be removed, that need to be added first on the pattern, so that you will be getting your component at exact size. Another is an draft allowance. So um, draft allowance is nothing but you have to make your vertical surface into an inclined way. So making a vertical surface of a pattern into inclined surface, it is called as an draft allowance. So it is provided for easy removal of a pattern from a mold. so that it will not damage the edges of your mold while removing the pattern from sand. Another is an distortion allowance. So uh, in distortion allowance, you will find out that it is generally uh, it is used for the component which have a long legs. So suppose this is a U shape component, and if I make a pattern of same size, and if I uh, make a cavity of a same pattern, and if I pour a molten metal into this cavity, due to the long distance of this leg, there will be a during solidification, the legs will be tried to bend away from this center. So the actual part of a component, instead of getting a U shape, you will be getting it as an V shape, or there will be a distortion in component. So the moving, here you can see the outward, the amount of bending legs outward is called as a distortion allowance. So to avoid this, what you have to do is you have to provide a distortion. So providing distortion is nothing but initially you have to make a pattern in such a way that it legs should be bended towards its center. So like this shape you can give initially. So after solidification, what will happen, during solidification, as heat will be transferred to the surrounding, it will try to move in outward direction. So at the last, after solidification, you will get a shape on the component which you want. So this type of an allowance is called as an distortion allowance, and this allowance generally uh, given as an ratio of L by T, where L is the length of your leg and T is the thickness of the leg. Mm, so this was all the allowances related to provide on the pattern. In next video we will looking through an core.